I'm Brent Leary.
I'm Paul Greenberg.
Wait a minute. It's not Thursday, though, right?
Why ask me? You know I don't know the answer.
I don't know. It's not Thursday. We know it's not Thursday. You know it's not Thursday. But it is Watch Party Wednesday. Oh, I like that. Watch Party Wednesday.
We're going to have a hard time, though, if the actual keynotes of some of these are on Tuesday or Monday. Hi, it's Watch Party Wednesday, but it's actually Monday.
We'll worry about that the next Tuesday watch party. I don't know. Usually they are on Tuesdays.
Yeah, I know.
I appreciate Salesforce for moving it to Wednesday so that I can say, welcome to a Watch Party Wednesday edition of CRM Playaz.
That is a beautiful thing.
And we got some friends already with us. Ramon.
Hey, man. How are you?
Good to see you.
Judging from your LinkedIn picture, you're happy. Oh, I know. Sven's language today, I'm guessing, is English.
English, maybe? All right.
Yeah, maybe it's Southern English, though. Scott. Whoa.
You mean the legend is back because you're back with us.
That's what, yeah. I don't know. Why would you plural yourself?
I don't know, but Mr.
Ray, welcome back.
And he's back in the country. All right.
Yes, he is. Got all kinds of good things happening in his life, which hopefully if he wants to, he's welcome to comment on them while we're doing this.
Yes, we say hello back to you, sir.
Hey, man.
You know what we could do?
What?
We can actually pitch today's, whatever it's called. What is the happy hour's new name again?
Oh, the Even More Joyous Hour.
The Even More Joyous Hour translates to happy hour. Since today is Wednesday, we do them every Wednesday, 3:30 to 4:30-ish East Coast time. It's usually a little longer than an hour, but you know. So if anybody does want to join us, let us know. Put a comment in and said, hey, we would like to join the happy hour. I don't know how many we can actually accommodate this week.
Oh, we're good. We have plenty more. What I'll do is for those of you who want to, we're going to do something very bold and exciting. I'll put the actual link directly to the happy hour in the LinkedIn feed rather than registration.
Ooh, that sounds
brave
dangerous.
Us. Right.
You know what? When you said, did you say brave and exciting or something like that?
Yes, I did.
If you had said exciting and new, I would have said, come aboard.
I know.
We're expecting you.
That's one of the reasons I didn't say it.
Probably a good thing too. Although
I will get people the link right now and put it into LinkedIn in the comments area. I will join you. It'll take me a minute while we're getting ready for all this.
Ray has got announcements here.
Okay, man. These are
wow.
Yes.
I'll read it.
Yes.
Ray Gerber says, glad to announce I am leaving Thunderhead on June 30th and have a very exciting opportunity starting on July 5th. Oh, look at that. Plus, he's becoming a granddad today.
Yes, exactly.
What are you doing here? Well, shouldn't you be like pacing, smoking cigars or something?
I don't think he's in the delivery room.
Well, isn't that what they used to do? Like you would go to the hospital and just pace back and forth until, something happens.
I don't know. I'm not a grandfather or a father, so I have no idea.
I think that's
right. Let's see now. Let's okay, here we go. So this is link to
he is pacing. Nice. Okay. So we're in countdown mode for the Connections, Salesforce Connections keynote, which should start at the top of the hour. But we're going to sit. We're going to share our thoughts as we listen to the keynote. We want you to share your thoughts, in the comment section. We want to know what you're thinking and we'll let you know what we're thinking. But directly after the keynote, we do have what we like to call the post-game analysis, and we have three Salesforce executives joining us directly after the keynote. Aaron Dorshurst, I don't know if I'm saying it. I hope I'm saying it right. We'll find out when she comes on. Senior Director of Product Marketing for Commerce Cloud. Jody Innerfield, Senior Director of Product Marketing. And Bobby Jania, Senior Director. Actually, he's a SVP of Product Marketing. I got that wrong. So Bobby, SVP of Product Marketing. They'll all be joining us immediately following the keynote. So don't just bail once the keynote is over. Hang out for a while.
It's kind of weird, I'm entering the data for the link for the happy hour, and and in LinkedIn, but it doesn't show up. Everyone else's comments are there, but it won't. Every time I enter, it goes away.
Really?
It's kind of weird. I'm going to try again.
Are you trying it through StreamYard or
no, directly in LinkedIn?
Try doing it through StreamYard if that doesn't work for you, by the way.
How do I do it through StreamYard?
Oh, maybe you can't because I'm the host.
No, I can't. Well, I'll tell you what. If you can do
pass it to me.
And let me do that. Okay, hold on. I will give you. I'll put it in the private chat. So hold on a minute.
Okay.
This is the link.
Let's see how the music is going. Should we start rating the keynotes watch party? Part of it being the background music they play while we wait for the keynote. Should that be?
Why not? Yeah, that would be awesome. Let's do it.
Let's see what we have here. It's not bad.
It's I'd call it an elevator DJ music.
Well, being a DJ, I don't mind it.
Okay. Well, I will defer to you. I don't mind it either.
Trying to see if the link goes through for me.
Now it's showing up. The CRM Playaz showing up twice.
Well, Facebook.
Yeah, it went through.
It didn't go to LinkedIn. Let me put it into LinkedIn.
That's weird. It went to YouTube and Facebook.
It did go to YouTube?
Yeah, it's got the YouTube symbol next to it.
So when
new logo.
Everywhere except LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Literally. All right, I just put it into LinkedIn.
It hasn't shown yet.
And Sven did too.
Okay, thank you, Sven. Although I don't see it.
It's on the LinkedIn comments for whatever.
Yeah, I'm literally not seeing it. I'm for some reason my LinkedIn commentary doesn't work on this. This is very odd. Well, look,
but it is there.
It's there. It's in the comments section of where we are. There's Sven's. Okay. So for those of you, the link directly to the happy hour is there in the comment section. You can see it under Sven's name on LinkedIn, and you'll see it under CRM Playaz on Facebook and YouTube. 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This will be our 108th happy hour since we started doing them.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think Sven, I think he's been to almost all of them. Him and Bob Fagel and a few others.
And we have, I think, roughly 15 to 20 of we've had about, I'll call it 850 unique individuals. And
200 people.
Well, we had, right. Most of them are feral cats that I rustle up for the event, for the happy hour. But the interesting thing is there's a core group who have been on at least 80 plus, who are like Sven and people like Mike Fawcett and Jody Spencer and Christy Tupper
Derek Jeter.
Derek, right. Steve LeMay. Ultimately, there's around 15 plus people who have been on there that much, right? And thank you to those amazing people. Oh, hi, Jason. Oh, that's what it is. Congratulations, my friend. Well deserved. You'll get medallia to seriously understand what Thunderhead is and build out the products accordingly. You're the man.
And I can't wait for the very exciting news that Ray has for his next adventure.
Yeah. Oh, and there's
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
For the snark.
Yeah. Well, that's provided by you.
I was going to say, should it say, I'm here to provide the snark?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the slightly different. Some of us can't get happy enough. I'm the opposite of the last two words. I'm never happy enough. Right. Okay. So. So I'm excited for this. I have to say, I'm very curious of the range of announcements.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
Scott.
And the emphasis of each of these announcements. Some of them didn't seem to get as much emphasis as I was thinking.
Yeah, and we were analysts were pre-briefed on this, so a lot of us know what's coming. So the interesting thing, which won't be reflected as much in the discussion, will be what we heard in the analyst thing and what we're seeing in the announcement side, which are often somewhat different.
Yes. And rightfully so. I mean, this is a broader audience, and what they brief us on is, specifically for a very narrower audience.
A narrow audience of ridiculously over-opinionated people.
We're doing all of us. Audio work. Yes, Marshall. Can you hear that music in the background? That's not me. That's them. If it were me, it would be some Public Enemy, some Prince. That's just me. All right. The snark is already off to a roaring start. LinkedIn user coming in strong with, how about some better music? I'm guessing that's Bob Fagel.
Hey, so Bob suggested titles for background music for opening a conference.
Remember, we did the happy hour or the even more joyous hour thingy. Remember, we did the question, if you're going to speak somewhere, what would your walk-up music be?
Yeah.
So why don't you give us some suggestions, or Salesforce some suggestions, for what music should they be playing leading up to a keynote stream? Give us some names and songs, please. That would be cool.
And we'll actually, I'll tell you what, we know they're monitoring this, so they will see them.
By the way, where is Janet located again?
Isn't she, Janet? You're in Germany, right?
I know she's somewhere over Europe.
I thought it was Germany.
Scott coming in strong. Public Enemy number one. That's a good choice. I like that one.
You know what, Brent? You know what would be cool? Metal Machine music by Lou Reed. You know what, Brent? Neil. I'll tell you what.
That's Neil Davey. Hey, Neil.
Oh, hey, man.
Neil will be reaching out to you after this, by the way.
That picture makes you look like a skinhead, though.
Wow. I'm not going to say that.
Well, let's say a handsome skinhead.
I like that one.
All right. You know what, Brent? We should do a mock-up with some of these songs. We take an opening from, we take a little bit of recording and then just change the music over.
Okay, here we go. We're getting close here.
Live from my hometown, Chicago, Illinois. I'm Carolyn.
Great hometown.
Hour. I'm a dog mom, auntie extraordinaire, and amateur bedazzler. Oh, and my day joy is as vice president, product marketing here at Salesforce.
And I'm Brandy Holness, writing enthusiast, super mom to two princesses, #girlmom, nature lover, and karaoke superstar. In the meantime, I'll keep my day job at Salesforce as manager of content marketing. We've got an incredible brand new broadcast for you, bringing you all the best and biggest from Salesforce Connections 2022.
Well, I can't tell you how excited I am to be with all of you today. Brandy, I, and a few of our friends are bringing you the highlights from across the event. An epic keynote.
She was grammatically correct with the use of I.
A yellow brick road to marketing and commerce greatness. We're seeing demos, talking to customers, and hearing from trailblazers throughout the Salesforce marketing and commerce ecosystem. It's going to be a great few days. So, Brandy, can you believe we're here with 5,000 trailblazers in person and more than 100 sessions?
It's amazing. So much energy and excitement here. We're so excited you're here with us for
There's a big crowd back there.
It is.
Marketing,
and I'm just looking.
Service,
I don't see a lot of masks either.
No, me either. I was looking at the same thing.
And connect.
It's awesome. Over the next 2 days, you'll be empowered to deliver personalized, integrated experiences across the entire customer journey. You'll learn how to make every moment count and work cross-functionally to humanize digital interactions, build loyalty, and wow your customers. And get more customers to add their middle name, add to cart, just like me.
Coming up soon, today's keynote, Make Every Moment Wow with Sarah Franklin. And we hear there's a lot of excitement in terms of the Salesforce innovation. You don't want to miss that. After the keynote, we're spending an hour focused on our newest product.
Look at the countdown circle and read what it says there.
In today's world, with so many headwinds, it's more
Make every moment count starts in.
Doing
more. She just said it was titled Make Every Moment Wow.
Before we do, let's bring in our colleague, Marissa Cranes, out on the expo floor. Marissa, I see you've got some trailblazers.
I'm Marissa Cranes, and I'm here with Natasha and Elena Galati.
Timing was a little off.
Thank you so much for being with me. And Elena, you are a 5-time attendee of Connections and an absolute pro. What is your recommendation for our newbie here, Natasha, her first Connections?
Well, first and foremost, it's comfortable shoes. You're going to be doing a lot of walking, so you want to be comfortable. And I always tell people who are attending for the first time to really allow some time for networking within their schedule, because the in-person, especially post-pandemic, is so important as well.
All right, Natasha, what made you come to this event? What are you most excited for at your first Connection?
So I think, like Elena, I'm really excited.
The snark continues.
Talk with others in the industry who are using the
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. I'm staying away from that one.
So we're really excited to be here.
Okay, we were just discussing that the last time we were all together in person was Dreamforce 2019. Yes. So
wow,
how does it feel to be
it's almost 3 years
together at a conference center? It's very exciting.
Look at the timing again. It went back up.
And it's a great vibe.
Well,
here. Like things are going
got to remember,
so we're having a great time. So
this is actually a recording.
It's important that we're doing this in person.
They did the live keynote an hour ago.
Being face to face.
Oh,
it's just way different.
I didn't know that.
On a conference call. So
I think that's what I heard.
All right. Well, thank you.
Well, it makes sense because it would be noon in Chicago right now.
See you back on Salesforce Plus
for
more great content.
And with that, I think it's time to head to the keynote room with Sarah Franklin.
You notice that the seconds are off?
Yeah, it's way off. They keep going back and forth.
I think we're here for good now.
We're almost ready to begin. Before we do that, I want you to know that we will be sharing some exciting news and announcements today. Please make all of your purchasing decisions based on commercially available.
Yeah,
the snark is strong. The snark is strong so far.
You know that feeling you get when things just magically work, and you're like, "Wow, yes!" Well, that's Salesforce. It's like
when my barista knows exactly how I take my chai teas.
Or that I like my hotel room set to 82 degrees.
82?
Yeah.
That's pretty warm.
Like when I get upgraded to a seat in first class.
And being a super fan gets me a VIP pass.
Yes. That is what it feels like. Like when my card books itself to go to the shop. And I get early access to a hot new sneaker drop.
Oh, this is like poetic. I realize it's rhyming.
Stop.
No, Gary, that is not what it feels like.
Oh, great.
Wow your customers in a whole new way with Salesforce. Please welcome President and Chief Marketing Officer, Salesforce, Sarah Franklin.
Yeah, nice live band.
It's actually a nice venue, wherever it is.
Yeah. It's not the McCormick Center?
It's hard to believe there's anything nice about the McCormick Center, so, but I think it probably is.
Wow. If I could enter every day like that, I think I would have a great day. That was incredible. And I apologize, I did not tumble, but that was still a tough walk in these heels, down those shoes, down to this carpet. Thank you all for being here today. I am so lucky to be here with you all. We're here in person. I just can't believe we're seeing all of your incredible faces, leaders in commerce and marketing and digital. It is so incredible to be here in Chicago together. And we are here, like you just saw, to help you wow your customers. If you take one thing away from this show, it's that you will learn how to wow your customers. And why is that important? Why is it so important to learn how to wow? It's important because you need to connect with them in all new ways. Give them that emotional connection, that feeling of, wow, they just get me. They understand me. They understand who I am as a person, what I like, what I care about. And I want to patronize that business. I want to interact with that company. And it's never been more important. And the reason why you should do all of this is because it is proven. It will drive customer satisfaction, it will drive loyalty, and it will help you grow your revenue. And if done well, it'll impact your bottom line. Because we're all trying to also do more.
Hometown, Chicago, Illinois. I'm
Whoa.
Gratitude. Thank you to every single one of you, to you and you, everybody here today, our partners, our customers, our
nature lover, and karaoke superstar.
It's not everything today.
What the hell is going on?
They're having a technical problem.
We have injustice.
I should say.
But through all of that, we have each other. And that is so important. And while the world is changing around,
that was a snippet from the
Salesforce,
content marketing manager.
Our values will not change. For 23 years, Salesforce has been a company that has been grounded in our North Star of our core values. Trust, the trust of every single one of you. All of you, we build trust through transparency, trust through being there when things are hard, not just when they're good. And valuing your success, top priority. Customer success, we only succeed when you're successful. And delivering innovation to you every year, every month, every week with our products and our services and our perspectives to help you stay ahead of things. And what I'm most proud about at Salesforce, it's not just what we do, it's how we do it that matters. And that's why equality is top of the list. And our number 5 value that we just added this year, sustainability. And that is because business truly is the greatest platform for change. I just love working here and being together with a community that fundamentally believes that knows that together we can make a difference. We can help the environment. We can help our education systems. We can stand up for LGBTQ plus equality. And this month is a very important month for that, June. We'll be celebrating Pride, marching in parades. It is very important that we stand up for injustice that we see in the world. Whether it's racial equality, gender equality, this is what we need to do. Here in Chicago, we remember the Stonewall riots, and we celebrate the freedom with Juneteenth coming up for Black Americans. This is very important that we, not only what we do, but how we do it, it matters. We serve all stakeholders.
I like that they did that.
Something that Mark Benioff and Parker Harris did 23 years ago was start with a very
I normally hate when things start talking about wow as the opening, but she tied it to
easy.
connecting, people connecting with them,
But by
and
giving
vice
back
versa.
1% of your time, 1%
I
of our
can,
thought,
I don't know that I
1%
tie it to WoW, but I can
look
get
at the
that
impact.
concept.
This is
I think
incredible.
that one makes some
Because
sense.
half
They didn't just
billion
start pushing delight.
7 million hours of volunteer time in over 55,000 nonprofit and education institutions that have been helped with Salesforce.
And this is where they need to focus.
Mm-hmm. Now that's wow worthy.
And today, a new
she's
grant
putting
to
out.
support Europe, an incredible organization that I just love. And this is how together we're doing well and doing good. We're a leader in philanthropy, a leader in culture, a leader in innovation, and we're doing this together. Salesforce on track for over 31 billion in FY23 guidance for the year. We're doing this together. Because Salesforce, we're just not a business, we're an economy of trust. Together as trailblazers, we are building opportunity for each other. I love this. The IDC report, by 2026, over 9 million jobs being created globally, worldwide, in every industry, in every country. It is so incredible, the opportunity that is there. And this amounts to 1.6 trillion in GDP impact globally. And we're here together. Community groups worldwide that are coming together in over 2,100 groups of 100 countries, 16 million trailblazers strong. This is who we are.
I like, she's tying wow to some really good stuff. That makes the wow worthy.
Right.
We created
First time I've heard a wow word.
A worthy wow.
All of you learned
Right.
all of this.
Well, you know, the other side, just in a more direct thing, she's the first global CMO Salesforce has ever had who's actually been a global CMO.
Marketing and commerce leaders.
Really?
We have 2 new.
Well, they've had other ones, but then, you know, when it boils down to it, the product CMOs were stronger than the global CMO was. She's a functionally operant global CMO and doing a good job, right? So,
we built this
just
incredible.
their model didn't work that way.
We've done a ton with all of our trailblazers, but
It's a pretty
sometimes
big
there are
statement
times when
saying
maybe the
Salesforce isn't a business, it's a economy of trust. That's really
particular
an interesting perspective that the company has about itself. And then being able to kind of back it up with those numbers.
Goes to their power, always did. Their power, externalize their culture. And they understood from day one, really almost actual day one, that trust is the fundamental for all of this. If your customers trust you, they'll do business with you. If they don't, they're not going to.
I like that.
No,
I'm still struck by, I haven't seen a mask
First time
in that audience.
Well, I'll be watching it. I'm watching it here.
It started 5 years ago, and I'll be really honest. The first 3 years, I didn't know about this amazing community that was happening around Salesforce. It took me 3 years when, after Commerce Cloud, which I joined.
Short force.
Other products.
That's stretching it.
Shirt force.
Yeah, that's stressing. Let's say that's stretching it.
The light is here. That's where we're
I
at.
assume these must be latex shirts because that really is stretching it.
360, I came on Trailhead, became more active, saw people helping me find my way. And I was missing that a little bit in Commerce Cloud. And I started looking, and luckily I found an already existing community, the unofficial Slack, which was amazing. I met the admins for the first time in person today, so I'm thinking they're in the audience today. So it's great to meet them in person finally. And once I joined that community, I saw people asking questions, some people not getting answers, and I thought to myself, maybe I can help out. I was a developer. I switched to head of commerce at my company, which meant I didn't do any development anymore. And I wanted to stay in touch. I really wanted to learn, and I found that answering people's questions was a wonderful.
Exactly right, Paul. Well, ultimately, fundamentally, trust needs to be the focus of every business is to gain that trust.
And this really expanded my knowledge rapidly. I think I learned more in 3 months than I did in the 3 years before, just by answering other people's questions and just looking up stuff in their place and see how can we do this.
One of the things that Salesforce has done pretty effectively, I don't want to say 100%, is they've managed to take the consideration of what it means to be a trusted advisor as opposed to just a company who trusts their product. Now, are they perfect at it? No, they're not. But at the same time, they've understood it. So that's why you'll see.
After that, since more people
you'll see communications that are built around thought leadership that are not focused always on sales, on selling something. They're focused on ideas. They're focused on providing guidance, things like that, which is where you develop that kind of trust. All you're doing is pushing into somebody as the object of a sale, then
I think they like
the
having
trust
you.
will never be there.
So I'm curious, what goes with a t-shirt?
What goes with a t-shirt?
I don't know. There's something. Do you think something could match?
Is he getting the golden hoodie?
Maybe the Trailblazer.
Do we think that we have something that could match a t-shirt here? I do think Thomas deserves a golden hoodie.
I knew it.
Wow.
I really think they should do the AGT model, and now all that gold confetti should come down. There it is.
That virtual confetti.
Yeah, but I'd like real confetti to come.
Hey,
down.
there's Bobby. He'll be joining us.
Did I surprise you?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed
you
it. I
you
was
missed it?
staring at the guy. No, I was staring at the guy with the hoodie.
But this isn't just a surprise for you.
Okay.
It's for everyone here. I heard somebody loved Brandy, but she wasn't out here dancing with the tumblers. I think we need Brandy IRL in real life. Brandy, come on up here. Come on up here, Brandy.
Okay. I was thinking Brandy, the singer. I didn't know there was a Brandy.
I was thinking he was going to get a bottle of brandy.
Are you giving it back? All right, Brandy, thank you so much. All right,
You see Bobby there?
Yep, got him. But there he is, right? Yeah.
So there is no doubt
front
after
row.
watching all of that we are in a new world. We are here together. It is so much going on right now, and we're here having fun. But there's some realities that are staring us right in the face, especially as marketers and commerce leaders and digital leaders. Customer expectations are through the roof. They want everything yesterday, and they want it faster, better. Data privacy is something which we all need to care about.
I'm with you, Mike. That was exactly what I was thinking.
All the data of our customers.
You've got a lot of luscious in the audience, apparently.
And budgets are getting tighter. Economies are getting harder because you have to do more with less.
Me and Kenny will be drinking some form of alcohol on our show when we do that. Under PPN.
What show was that?
Engaged with Paul and Kenny. Coming soon to a Playaz Production Network station near you.
30% of revenue is at risk from this cookieless future. We've grown dependent on being able to get the data from those cookies that can help us grow our business through our ads, and we have to find a different way. I can tell you as I stand here as a CMO of Salesforce, building our first-party data strategy, it is paramount to our success. Well, the good news is
that's why we're watching this on Salesforce Plus.
That's why you need to wow your customers.
That's exactly
wow
right.
them with every moment you talk to them, every relationship you build with them, every innovation that you deliver.
Okay,
you need
starting
wow
to
them.
move it a little
starts
harder
with
on to go with this wow.
Sales Cloud is how you deliver growth at scale with a unified platform for all of your agents.
You're never going to wow anyone every moment.
They need help.
Not happening.
Give them that help with the
That
Service Cloud.
assumes you have somebody who is gullible
Digital
as hell.
efficiency and you scale
Right?
with automation to help every single customer with a
Bob
personal
Fagel
experience.
coming
That's
through
why
with
speaking
another
of-
plug for the happy
Build
hour.
those trusted relationships at scale. Make every moment feel human.
They're still
Personalized.
growing
You know each other, and you're on journeys.
pretty significantly for each of these clouds.
Adventure. And when they want to buy from you, make that interaction super seamless, super efficient, so that it is very easy for customers to buy.
I mean, most of what you're seeing from
doing this
Salesforce
at
now,
scale.
aside from occasional new
Commerce,
products, is
marketing. This is a
evolution
lot
of the
data.
existing products. They're not. It's not massively innovative, to be honest, but it's still importantly useful.
How well your campaigns are performing. You need to understand how well your ads are performing. You need to understand what tactics work, what channels are working, which no matter what you need. And I can tell you again, as a CMO of Salesforce, Tableau I use every day, something which we call our heart of marketing. And this is how I look at all of my attribution, understand which reps are doing well, which channels are performing well, which ones are not. And that data can come from many places. And that's why MuleSoft helps bring all that data into one place, unlocks
Bring it
all
in
of
the
that data.
bagels.
brings it in from legacy systems to on-premises systems all into one place. And
You
that
know,
one
it's funny.
place
I love
do
MuleSoft. I think that was their best acquisition in years because it put them in a whole new place. To this day, I don't think they actually do enough.
Important thing for marketers and commerce leaders.
Think of everything they bought after that, though.
I know. Even so, MuleSoft literally transforms their business if they're thinking about it, because it gives them access to the back office. It gives them integrations that they never would have had in a million years. Just it changes it changes what they provide and the nature of what they do if they really wanted to. But they've kind of
with our agencies.
They've kind of narrowed its focus more than I wish they had. I love that product.
Important for everybody today, and even our community. We've got our Slack channels for our
I
community.
think all the social and external
we talked
data
about sustainability earlier.
is more sexier than all the back office
right
and the integrations. But that stuff is more important, actually.
Well, it boils down to it. They can't compete there with SAP or Oracle, but they could compete to some degree if they use MuleSoft in the right way.
How can you do that? That's where our partners show up and our services organizations show up to help you get that vision to value fast. We've seen with our professional services and with our partners, customers having great results. 92% of customers have faster outcomes when they work together with us. We're better together when we work together. And we also have out-of-the-box solutions on the App Exchange.
I'm not sure what that actually means when you say that, though.
Of all the things.
92% of the customers work better when they work together with us. They're your customers.
And it is
what happened to the other 8%?
And what we want to do
I guess they're
switch it up a little
not
bit.
seeing faster outcomes.
Switch from tech talk.
I don't know. It's just a very strange statement. It sounds great as a soundbite.
And so how are you going to wow your
Hey, Dan.
Not yet.
No mention.
I don't think not yet. No, actually, it won't be mentioned very much.
Yeah, this is marketing and commerce.
Marketing, right? I'm with you, Michael and Marshall, on this one, on premises.
Show you how to wow with every moment, wow with every relationship that you build, and wow with every.
You know what? One thing I will say.
And so
this is definitely
first we have
a keynote meant for the people in the audience. You don't feel any real piece that feels meant for the virtual audience.
Right. But it's basically they're showing the virtual audience what's being done for the
when people are choosing
on premises
and health insurance,
real
they're
audience.
looking for a level of trust within the company to know that that company is there for them.
The industry as a whole is laden with confusion and options.
They're getting so much information. There's an information overload.
That's the challenge, right? How do you build trusting relationships at scale?
To build trust
they should have
with
Mitch in
your
here.
members, you gotta really know them.
It starts at the data. If you get the data wrong, you end up sending the wrong message at the wrong moments. And ultimately, instead of building trust, you actually hurt trust.
At Humana, we needed a platform that could really evolve.
That's where Mitch was, right?
Yeah, that's why I said they should have Mitch in here.
Yeah, you're right.
You can put the customer
Well,
at the center
he's
of
not
this
there anymore, I don't think. But
he's not.
No. I think he built. I'm pretty sure some of what you're seeing here.
The power of Marketing Cloud as we create some of these journeys, these experiences, is to tell that simplified, personalized message that matters to that individual.
It really takes that member journey, step by step through what they need to do next. It's all connected. That first marketing message to what they're doing on their website, to the chat, to the actual conversation in the call center, it's all the same interaction for that person.
Knowing that single source of truth is really the key to building trust.
We created a HIPAA-compliant Salesforce Commerce Cloud platform that allows us to have that level of security, that level of trust with our members' data. When you log in today on our website, we will actually show you maybe the next call to action specifically for you.
I want our customers to feel like they were cared for as a human.
That's our purpose. That's our mission, is to make sure we're doing those things, that we're trusted, that we're allowing our members to live their healthiest lives.
an interesting study. They got the right perspective, I'll tell you that.
And to bring this story to life, please welcome our SVP of Product Marketing, Bobby Dania. Bobby?
Oh, this is really cool.
Yeah.
We can actually ask him a question about exactly what he said at the keynote.
It is great to be back in my hometown.
This man's a rock star. For those of you who don't know him, he's a total rock star.
As Sarah just said, we're living in a new world, one where our investments need to drive value faster, where our productivity needs to drive success and efficiencies, and we need to be able to reduce risk. So in this new world, how do we make every moment wow? Let's see how Humana does it. Humana knows that the insurance industry is competitive, and the best way to build loyal relationships with its members is creating trusted, connected moments.
People should hit Marshall's link, by the way.
It's how
Marshall's
they
a
turn
superb
lifelong relationships.
analyst and writer.
They use Service Cloud to personalize every experience. They use Marketing Cloud for member and broker journeys. And they use Commerce Cloud to power their online pharmacy. Humana knows that to wow with moments, you need to connect your first-party data so you can create that single source of truth, so you can really understand your customer. That with smart AI and automation, you can personalize every engagement. And if you do this right, this is going to build trust, loyalty. I'm thrilled today to share new innovations to show how all of you trailblazers in the room can do innovations just like Humana. Today, Marketing Cloud gets better. You can build trusted relationships at scale with data-driven moments. You can unlock customer value by connecting your first-party data so you can remain relevant in that cookieless future. You can humanize every moment in real time to build loyalty. You can engage in those moments automatically across any channel to save time. And you can optimize your marketing performance and spend for fast time to value. That is how Marketing Cloud helps wow each moment. But I'm thrilled to announce some new features. We are excited to announce a brand new partnership between our customer data platform and Google Ads. Now, marketers can connect with their customers with privacy-focused advertising that connects first-party data to give you new segment-level insights so that you can plan, execute, and optimize advertising and digital campaigns like never before. There you go.
It's interesting. I think here they're trying to be, you know how Oracle has been emphasizing their
you're going to need great
not just CX, it's CX and advertising now. This is their way of competing with that.
Well, this cookieless thing is the opportunity to do that.
And your commerce data. So you can see how everything's performing. You can figure out where to spend more and where to spend less. And last but not least, Digital Command Center for Slack. With our new Digital Command Center for Slack, you can get real-time notifications of your performance. Out-of-the-box rules can help you find problems with the business, and then you can create custom actions that you can take right in that notification to resolve that problem quickly. Now that's a lot of wow, but hold on to your hats because we're just getting started. Today, I'm announcing the next generation of Commerce Cloud. Commerce Cloud can help
smattering of
trailblazers
applause
make
there.
Every transaction more profitable. You can move
There
fast.
that many people in the actual audience.
Move from low code to headless APIs. You can automate from discovery to fulfillment, and you can win loyalty with connected commerce journeys. Commerce Cloud isn't just more powerful, it's also smarter. We're announcing Commerce Marketplace. With Commerce Marketplace, you can have trusted third-party vendors add their products and services directly to your storefront, which allows you to have a bigger catalog without increasing your inventory. Next up, Commerce for Customer Service. With Commerce for Customer Service, agents can turn service from a cost center into a profit center by performing critical actions like returns, exchanges, promotions, and this is key, they can place orders on behalf of the customer. With seamless commerce, we're going to make everyone have faster time to value with an all-in-one solution that combines commerce, order management, and payment solution. You can launch in weeks with clicks. And last but not least, starting today, we are piloting our TikTok integration.
Yeah, but what does that mean for Commerce Cloud?
With our new TikTok integration, you can make your products more discoverable and advertise.
TikTok is doing commerce integration too on their end.
Yep.
Now, let's see how this comes to life for Humana.
The one I think is a little bit sketchy for me is the commerce for customer service.
For its members.
Partly because you're basically making a customer service agent who I would hope would be more focused on the job of helping the customer into how would call it, an admin who's filling out forms and doing data, and at the same time a bit of a salesperson to help them with orders. I'm not 100% sold on that one. The other ones I like. Other ones I like quite a bit.
So I have Genesis, an expert from our
I think that
Salesforce
also
professional
plays in
services team who will
field
walk us
service,
through a way.
turning
Thank you, team.
somebody who's in the field fixing something,
Humana has been working
giving
with
them the
Salesforce
opportunity to try to
professional services team
do
to
some
bring
kind
many
of
moments of this demo
upsell or cross sell.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but
right there.
It's a little sketchy from a customer standpoint for me,
Naomi
because I think
just
it
had
diminishes the actual focus that the customer service rep has to have.
She goes online to Humana's pharmacy.
The other ones I like a lot, and the TikTok integration to me would be fascinating to see how they pull it off.
Fun fact.
Yep.
This is live today. With the help of our Salesforce professional services team, Humana is using Commerce
Although there's
Cloud.
always a question, and this isn't Salesforce specific, but a lot of companies, TikTok is announcing all these tools for marketing and commerce, to your point. On the other hand, you have Salesforce announcing their integration on the commerce side. Your other companies doing integrations on different sides. When does TikTok get diluted to the point it just becomes a giant platform for marketing and advertising?
A Humana care coordinator
It's already started.
who wants to provide the best possible service for Naomi.
I like this.
Right
I like
here
what they're
in
showing off
Health
here,
Cloud,
commerce
you'll be able to see
and
her entire
Humana, the
profile.
integrations between the website and
Connect data from
service
across
and
the business,
prescription
from
filling and all that.
pharmacy to insurance with the HIPAA compliant customer data platform. He's also able to make automation easy, such as scheduling an appointment for Naomi.
One thing I always like about them, though, is their interface is really nice. It's really clean.
Nice and clean.
Now, because this is all connected, he's able to even see things like next best actions. This
Next
because
action,
you're able to bring all of that
not
data.
next best.
We are
Gotta
able to
say,
see
Bobby
critical
has
data in
mastered
customer
the
data
walk and
platform
talk.
connected with non-clinical data.
He watched West Wing when he was young.
We can start to identify social trends.
That's
Really
actually the training video for this. All the
Right.
episodes of West Wing.
It's all connected to Tableau. So he can go in here and see all of the larger trends. In fact, he can see that someone with Naomi's pre-existing conditions has a high propensity for heart disease.
Wow.
So back in Health Cloud,
Holy
he's
crap.
able to see that unified health score for Naomi. He's able to see that Einstein is recommending that we enroll her in the Heart Healthy program, which makes sense.
See, that's good stuff.
It's happening
All of this.
today.
I mean, hopefully Einstein's doing accurate work, but generally, that's really good stuff.
Which manages millions of cases. He's going to go ahead and enroll Naomi into that program with just a click. And now in Marketing Cloud and automation is going to kick off, quickly adding her to a journey. So now Naomi's taking care of her health. This is going to trigger an email right to Naomi's phone. Naomi's going to open that up. She's going to see a couple options there. She right away is drawn to that fitness and that meditation. She's able to schedule those right from the email.
This is really nice.
And then check this out.
Yes.
Naomi goes to that commerce marketplace. Those
Right
recommended
now, this
items.
is the best thing I've seen so far.
To the classes she just signed up for. She sees that fitness watch. She sees that yoga mat. She even sees how much she can save as a Medicare benefit thanks to MuleSoft, which is pulling in data from external sources and helping you automate processes. So Naomi's going to go ahead and add that fitness watch and that yoga mat directly to that cart. She's going to go ahead and easily click out payments a breeze, just a couple of clicks, boom, done. Humana is building a stronger relationship with her. They're gaining more information that they're going to use for those next moments. In fact, Mary, a marketer at Humana, wants to see how this is performing. So she goes over and checks out the new Marketing Cloud e-commerce intelligence insights. Marketing Cloud, other way around. Close enough. This breaks down the silos and data, and she's able to see her sales, product, and marketing data all together. In fact, she's able to see that those fitness trackers are overperforming. But Einstein's here too. Einstein's here to show her that mobile is overperforming. So she wants to go ahead and invest more in that mobile channel, which means Naomi's phone's about to buzz. She's going to get a message talking about connecting that fitness tracker she just got to her neighborhood center. She's going to go ahead and start connecting it. We're going to track her progress. Let's see. Yes, her blood pressure is getting better. This is how Humana is using data.
Although that's not great blood pressure.
They are wowing with moments. Way
Well,
to
it kind of
go.
depends.
Naomi, back to you,
I'm hoping
Sarah.
she's getting better.
So those are moments that wow. But it's also about building relationships that wow. And we have another incredible customer story that we want to share with you with Crocs. But before we do, we want to continue the razzle dazzle and have some fun. So we have our equality resource groups here today to bring you a Crocs fashion show. Are you ready?
I like how they integrate the equality
fashion.
groups into the actual business. Not just to talk about equality, but to be a part of the business.
Somehow they advertise Crocs.
Well, they're a customer, I'm sure. Better than Gucci.
Oh, what a disaster that was.
I like the little humor interlude. It breaks it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice.
Marshall.
You're actually doing a catwalk. a runway walk.
Right. Or a trail walk. I don't know.
But the problem is I can't see the Crocs very well.
Once again, better if you're there.
Well, you know, I guess it goes to the thing. I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, but I knew if I tell a bad joke that I would be done as a stand-up comedian. So I became a CRM guy. So if I told a bad joke, someone would go, oh, of course it's a bad joke. He's a CRM guy. This is meeting that standard, I'd say.
All right. Was that some fun? Crocs are all the fashion. I promise you. It is incredible. Now, to bring this story to life, we have a wonderful friend of mine, an incredible marketer, our ever awesome, all the hearts, EVP of Product and Industry Marketing, Shannon Duffy.
Thank you, Sarah, and hello, Connections. I just have to say, being back here with you is me so happy.
Hey, Ari.
And we have seen some amazing wow moments, right? But I know you guys. I know what you're thinking. It's not just about wow moments.
I like her.
Tell us, how do we build those wow relationships? Well, to do it, you need a few things. You need connected data, you need collaboration, and you need automation. Now, a company that is doing a great job of that is none other than Crocs. And we just saw their amazing, fun, fashionable footwear. But the great thing about Crocs, they also care a lot about sustainability.
We actually just saw people wearing their footwear. We didn't see the
full
footwear.
power of the customer 360 to help drive their business. They are using automated service cases with Service Cloud to deliver more wow more quickly across all their service touch points. They're using Marketing Cloud for those personalized marketing journey. They're using Commerce Cloud to connect everything from shopping to shipping. And they're using Tableau to really help drive performance and understand their data and also help them achieve sustainability. Now, I gotta tell you though, customer expectations are high right now. I have high expectations. I know you guys, you this group has really high expectations. But I have to tell you, Crocs is definitely won my loyalty. And if you don't believe me, please, can you check out these beautiful creations on my feet? Also Crocs. I mean, all right, so let's see some of this in action with this visionary Crocs demo. But before we do, another huge round of applause to Chris and Patrick back there on the demo station.
The demos are so smart doing it this way. Oh my God.
So let's go off the demo,
so
and we are going to start today as Joyce is a marketing leader like many of you. And every
that you
morning,
can connect to them.
day in Tableau.
Yep.
And here she can see how everything is performing. And she looks and notices that her recent Earth Day campaign is performing really well. So she thinks there's something to sustainability. So she clicks in to learn more. Now, here she can see how her
My question, though, they're calling them visionary demos. I'm wondering if that means that a lot of this isn't GA yet.
For a minute, because
But it's not actually in production. It's just sort of like it'll be this way someday.
Data right at her fingertips.
I'm not sure about that. I mean, to me, these are day in the life demos, right? Which I think are the greatest tool that any vendor has for getting across their point.
Clicks on over
If
to
they
the
do it
all-new
right.
Salesforce customer data platform plus Google Ads. Now, this is going to allow Crocs to combine their first-party data and their CDP with the information from Google Ads all securely. Now, this is how Crocs is preparing for the cookieless future. And they're able to run a campaign off of this information. So let's go ahead and start the campaign. And they can do this across Google Ads, but they can also do it across other channels like email and text. So this is going to create that really personalized omni-channel experience. All right, let's go ahead and activate that campaign. And let's hop on over to Slack. Now, Slack is Crocs' digital HQ. And it's where Joyce can connect everything. Her peers, people, processes. It's all in one place where she works every day. But because she's using the new digital command center by Slack, she's going to get an alert. There's an issue with the campaign. But right from her Slack feed, she is able to open a ticket.
There's one big, very interesting question that's not related specifically to
they fix the campaign and take action.
Salesforce, but is related to what we're seeing here.
Okay. Now, let's see how this campaign is going to look.
Marketing is undergoing this transformation and increasing recognition of it too, from focusing, let's say, from campaigns to conversations, which are two very different ways of going about marketing. Conversations are kind of where it's moving from, because campaigns as a whole are basically traditional formats that people don't respond to as much as well as they used to. It doesn't mean they don't at all. I'm not saying they're all bad. I'm just saying that conversations, which is where personalization and humanization truly comes in, are kind of the direction that marketing not only has to move in, but is actually moving in increasingly. A lot of these tools are still tied mostly to
inspired by the fashion show.
campaigns.
I saw some yellow Crocs.
Right. So the question is,
so I'm going to go ahead and check those out.
What do they do to start moving the tools into things that are, let's say, I'll call them generationally acceptable, meaning the more conversational focus on marketing that a lot of companies are starting to, or a number of companies are starting to adopt. Right now, this is still very campaign specific.
So I definitely want those yellow Crocs. So let's go ahead and add those to the cart.
I'm just looking at this.
And here, this is powered by Salesforce Order Management. And check this
the
out.
change
I have the
from cookie to cookie list.
Crocs shipped to me
Also, there's a change
really
from campaigns to conversations. They kind of, I think they have an opportunity to go hand in hand.
Oh, I agree completely. It's a question of how do the vendors like Salesforce adopt their tools to that? They're focusing apparently on the cookie list right now, which is fine. And I know,
go ahead and check out.
You know, Ray Gerber, who's on the call on the stream here, and Paul Sweeney, who's on the stream here, know the conversation side of it very well.
I want that early part gibbets. That is super cool.
But I think right now, the main focus is the cookie list because it's happening. And then tying the conversations to the cookie list, I think, comes as a second part of the two-step.
Maybe. I can't say I disagree. I don't know. But that said,
Now, of course,
I'm very curious as to how much thinking is going on about this, which I'm going to ask Bobby or one of the other guests later.
she knows my propensity to click on emails, my lifetime value, and she's also getting in that section right there, personalized product recommendations with Einstein next best action. And I tell her I want the gibbets, but she's like, do you want one gibbets or do you want a lot of gibbets? And of course, I want a lot of gibbets, but I'm worried they're not going to get to me in time. And so I asked if she can update them to be shipped here to the McCormick Center, and she assures me that they can. And boom, my order's updated.
See, you know what's really good about this?
Like for her, all she
You're
has to
talking at both ends of the demo, the back side of it, meaning the actual seller, and the buyer side of it too.
Again,
You're talking to both. And that is absolutely the smartest thing you can do on these kind of day in the life demos.
Like that would be amazing.
Yep.
But we all know it's not always that easy, right? And supply chain issues, especially now, are real.
Now,
and
this
it
is
turns
important.
out that the Midwest Distribution Center happens to be offline. Don't worry. I'm still going to have that wow moment. I'm still going to get my gibbets. But best of all, Brooklyn didn't have to do anything because that outage kicked off an automated flow. And what it's going to do is it's going to look for the gibbets in a Crocs retail store near me. So we can see the how behind the wow. You can see all these multiple
behind the wow.
legacy data sources
There you go.
being pulled in. And
You're
all
going to use the phrase, make it everything.
The nearest store, which happens to be the Chicago Crocs store.
That's
right
actually
there. And my
kinda
gibbets are
catchy.
going to be delivered to me within a 15-minute window. Now that is a lightning fast final mile. And again, a truly wow moment. All right. We have seen a lot
Nice
of
progression,
data.
Janet.
We've seen automation.
She's right, too.
Collaboration
Yep.
with Slack.
Actually,
We have seen how Crocs.
what we're doing with another plug, PPN, but what we're doing with the in the hot seat show is literally that
Guys, my Crocs for
community
tomorrow.
created content.
Look at those. Got the
My
Crocs.
Earth Day gibbets. Awesome. Thank you. I'll wear this tomorrow. You can take it off. All right. So let's learn a little bit more from Crocs. And please welcome to the stage Adam Michaels, the Chief Digital Officer from
They do the
Crocs.
best
Adam,
job with
welcome.
these
It's so great to
customer
have you.
use cases.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Look, fantastic.
I love yours. I am definitely, I am a convert to the Crocs.
you're right, Marshall.
So Crocs
Exactly
have
right.
grown so quickly, and
Yep.
you guys have had such a focus on innovation and personalization in that customer journey. Tell us about how you think about the digital experience for your customers.
Yeah, it's a great question. But first, I need to call out over here now. As stunning as you're, okay, that's a surprise. Look, I think first and foremost for us, it started with adapting and evolving to where our customer wants.
What just
to
happened?
engage with us. Yeah,
I'm not sure whose shoes those were.
channel-driven strategy with.
I need to call out, as stunning as those were,
And
as
then he,
stunning
like,
as
backed off.
Those are,
And-
and then he didn't say anything, and then they showed purple Crocs.
a much
Yeah.
more
I have
customer
no idea what happened.
that relies on a
Is
variety.
he wearing the purple Crocs?
Those, I don't think were his feet.
I didn't think so either, but
For the last couple of years, we've launched dozens of
where'd they
markets
come from?
around the world, whether it's Zalando in Europe, Coupang in Korea, Rakuten in Japan. Like many brands here, we've embraced social channels, TikTok and Instagram here, but also Douyin and WeChat in China, Line in Japan, both from
Smart,
a
smart,
standpoint, but also commercially. And then, as you had in the demo, we've launched an app here in the US late last year with augmented virtual reality. We'll be rolling that out globally. And so for us, we really realized that for us to be successful, we have to create compelling, personalized experiences on the platforms that are relevant to our consumers, regardless of where they live. And the demo did a great job showcasing our partnership with Salesforce and how it allows us to see the customer across all these different touch points and then to leverage the data behind it to better understand who our consumer is, how to service them better, how to target them better, and to do it with speed and at a global scale.
I love it. We need some Salesforce Crocs. Those sound
Well,
amazing.
you know what?
Oh,
This was not planned. These
oh
are
my God. Get it close. Can we get it close to the
Salesforce Crocs with custom Salesforce gibbets.
Oh my goodness.
Which
How is that not planned?
It was planned by him.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we just happened to have a pair that had all of Salesforce's.
fashion show I've actually ever attended. So
They actually look pretty good.
fantastic.
I would never
I wouldn't.
wear
Yeah,
it, but,
exactly.
you know.
They look pretty good for someone else.
But we
Right.
are here for the last customer story that we're going to tell. And it's all about how you can wow your customers with innovation. There's so much innovation out there. We have so much opportunity to do it. And who better to tell the story of innovation than our SVP of Product Marketing, Jessica Barris. Jessica. Wow. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Short walk for walk-up music.
Because we are in a whole new era of cloud. And it wasn't that long ago that we were able to only create one-directional relationships with our customers with static web pages on the desktop. And social, that didn't
Janet wants a pair of
until
those
10 years ago.
Salesforce Crocs.
And suddenly our customers, they were creating their own content.
Okay, Janet, I'll tell you what, Janet, when the Salesforce people are on, say that again.
Here we are today.
And then we will bring up the quote.
Centralized. And we are experiencing things both physically and virtually. And we as consumers, we as marketers, we have so much more choice in how we want to engage and deepen those relationships. And with Web3 technologies like NFTs, there's so much more choice in how they can engage with those makers and marketers and influencers. I mean, did any of you see Adidas's NFT collab? It's super cool. It was in the metaverse. And these loyal fans, they were able to access limited edition merch. Or what about Pepsi's Mic Drop campaign or Time Magazine's Timepiece collection? This is so much more than just exclusive content, but how
See Marshall's comment?
Bringing together like-minded people and communities together. And if you want to do this too, we've got your back. Because I'm so excited to announce today that we're
Is that how they spell gibbets?
NFT Cloud Pilot.
I don't know.
Yes, you can clap.
Oh, no.
Delivering
God, no.
trusted and sustainable
N-O. That's all I can say.
See what brands are already doing. And you can do this too.
No such, no.
You can bridge the digital and
Just
the physical.
out. I don't care.
You can
No.
custom loyalty. And you can engage
This
with
is,
community
no.
in a whole new way.
No. N-O.
And all of this,
No.
it's built
That is
on
just,
the customer.
that's literally jumping on a trend and it's sticking the word cloud after it.
Right.
And actually spending money on something that they should not even be thinking about.
Wallets. So you can have a full view of every customer.
We'll see how this works.
I do. I don't even care.
For our values here. So we are committed.
Don't hold back. Tell us how
is
you
literally
really
a
marketplace.
bad idea.
And using only the most sustainable blockchains so you can limit your emissions. This is values-driven, hyper-relevant.
Why? Look, I get the idea of bringing NFTs into your, let's say, your product line.
And I'm
okay, I'll call it that for the sake of it. You don't need a cloud for it.
And
just bring it into your product line.
Your inspiration.
That's just
consumer
that's pandering.
And
I'm
one
sorry.
that I love is Axe, because they are so much more.
Yeah,
than
just upsetting.
Edgy marketing.
I was asked to comment on this for
a super loyal community.
an article somebody was doing.
And how have they done this?
I didn't want to comment on it.
Their communities where they are.
But
and it's places
there's
like music festivals,
our buddy.
DJ sets.
Never say never.
Yeah, well, I'm not an optimist on it. And I'm an look, NFTs, I've come to the conclusion
where they're going.
they're probably going to be around for a while.
Now,
That said,
they're known
Salesforce does
for
not need to announce an NFT cloud, nor does anybody.
And now they can make them irresistible with e-fragrances.
Yeah,
And
this is.
how do they do this? Well, it starts.
I'm not even going to comment
And
anymore
as
on
you
this
saw
one.
earlier, this is how Axe is able to unify all of their customer data across every touch point. And now this also includes anonymous aggregated data from Web3 sources. And you can see here, Axe's consumers.
I'm looking in the green room, and two of our guests are here.
Guys, I won't, just to be
on a new
gentlemanly about this, I won't bring it up to you.
generation success.
I have other questions for you
These
guys,
are folks
for all of you. I don't
They're
know.
laughing, so we're
Right.
okay.
They love cultural events. This perfect target audience to invite.
I have earphones on, but I literally feel like going like this.
But wait a minute. I think I still see Bobby sitting. I don't know. How is he doing this?
Pilot, Axe is able to mint
Whoa.
NFTs right from Salesforce.
He's got it. He's
And
got his.
admin here
Oh, you know what?
Easily do it with just
I know what it is.
clicks and not code.
The one
so-
is
Been hanging out with Ray Wong.
No, the one in the audience is an
Generate,
NFT of Bobby.
That's the rarity, and you can see here that each level of NFT
Wow.
has a different level of access.
I hadn't thought of that one.
Exclusivity.
Hey, see, Bobby, I went there.
Now, NFT Cloud, it does not support.
But as you know, I think you're a rock star.
only offering
just
the
don't-
most sustainable options.
This
And
is
our
not
admin
my.
here, she's able
I want to literally go like this when I'm already wearing headphones.
Zero.
All right.
Just go.
She's got to do what she's got to do.
No, I have nothing against her. She's doing actual good. She's actually got a good discussion going on. There's no question about that. I just don't. The whole idea is what I don't like.
Digital HQ.
Look at the channel, NFT Irresistible. I just noticed that.
You can see in here, Tableau is connected right in. And so he's able to see the entire
It's all right.
channels. And with the click of a workflow, he launches that campaign. And now his fans, they can receive the right content.
So why can't this? He launches a campaign about selling NFTs. Why can't this simply be part of marketing and Commerce Cloud? I don't get it.
Well, let's meet Miles now.
Why does it have to be a whole cloud unto itself?
Wow, check this guy out.
Axe body spray, clearly.
He's
spraying it. This amazing social challenge. And
so they're gonna have an Axe body spray NFT. So what's it like a smell NFT?
Hey, Miles,
How's
it going?
Hey, Jess, it's going great. Did you say something about early access?
48 hours.
48 hours? Sick. I got to get my entry in right now.
Sick.
Yeah.
Hey, Chicago, are you ready for that irresistible NFT? I am.
All right, so Miles, his entry is in, and Axe goes ahead and selects those winners. And amazing news, it looks like Miles has won.
Yeah.
What luck.
He goes over to Axe's minting site, and all of this is powered by Commerce Cloud. And with Salesforce, you don't have to be a crypto native to be an NFT holder. Anyone can be. And as he mints that epic NFT, he also unlocks a power-up for his avatar. And this updates his profile so he can have even more personalized experiences. And now Miles...
Again, nothing here I'm seeing requires a separate cloud. Nothing.
All right, Miles.
Nothing. Well, look, he's better than I am dancing, so can't give him. I give him props for that.
What's even more amazing is because he was one of 10 lucky winners to mint that NFT early. He's also receiving an epically irresistible physical spray kit. Miles, come on down. Let's show
Did you say I got an epic NFT? Oh my gosh! Do you see this? This.
Now that's funny.
Yeah, now I can
that's like that actually funny.
Anywhere I go.
Axe bling.
Axe products and meet up
It's
with
like
people just like me.
Flavor Flav.
I know it's hilarious. That's just hilarious.
Thank you.
And this is how Axe is.
It would be even funnier if that was actual gold chain.
You ready to do, Miles?
Like 2 ounces of gold. $4,000 worth of product.
Look at this.
Now this I like. I will give them this.
Hey, wait a minute. There he is. But anyway. Yeah.
Oh my
So he's in the green room.
Wow,
He
was
is.
that?
I think he's in the green room.
Wow.
Maybe it's a
Woo! Oh my
stand-in.
gosh.
I don't know.
Well, we
Okay,
have
guys.
incredible time.
I will say one thing. That was actually fun. The
Moment,
latter
It
part
was.
of that.
relationships.
And it was a good
Incredible
presentation. Just
Give us feedback on this.
you don't need the product
Thank you so much
whatsoever.
for being here. We'll see you around for
But
the
I
next
like
2 days.
that they
Thank
did that
you.
last because it was fun.
It was
It's a
fun.
nice way to end.
They did a very good overall. They did a good thing.
Let
Okay.
me, stop and wait a minute. I'm like trying to figure out my setup here. Let me go to my camera, I think. There I am. Let me get
Okay.
rid of the other camera. Let me
Okay.
make you and I the same size.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
You know what? I have to say, that went by pretty fast.
It went by incredibly fast. It was an hour. They actually kept
It was
to
an hour, but it moved at a good pace.
Yeah.
Covered a lot of good ground.
Yep.
Saw some really interesting things.
Yep.
There was no downtime, really.
Nope.
That was really well done.
Yeah, I agree. As far as the event itself, it was really well done. It was handled so that it was both informative and entertaining on that level. The other side of it, I think that Salesforce on the whole, well, I guess we'll talk about that after the guests are done, and we'll give our overall impression.
Okay, so this is a first. I thought we were going to have 3 people, but I'm actually seeing 4 people in the green room. I know Bobby is one of those folks.
There he is, superstar, rock star himself. How are
hello,
you?
Hello. I'm doing good.
Good.
You gave a very good talk. You did.
Yep.
Really good.
Thank you.
I want to introduce Aaron. I hope I'm saying your name right. Aaron Dorshorst?
That's exactly right. Aaron Dorshorst. Nice to meet you guys.
Same pleasure.
Absolutely. And thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Third, definitely not last, Jody Enterfield.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Hi, Jody.
Thanks for joining us. Now, there was a fourth person, but she went away. Maybe I scared her or something. I don't know. But
was it an AR person? Maybe
it might have been
dropped
I
in.
think Lauren Carlson. I think that was the name I saw. Anyway, thanks for joining us. And wow, it's really interesting to see Bobby in the green room and like chilling on stage too. You got to tell us the secret about that one. But thanks again for joining us. Bobby, since you are one of the presenters, one of the things I commented on, do you guys go to school for the walk and talk? Because you look very comfortable doing the walking and the presenting. Right. It was really well done. I really appreciated that. What kind of training do they give you guys to do that? Because you look very natural doing that.
We literally thought you were trained by watching West Wing when you were young.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We do have a speaker coach. I'm not gonna give away his name, so I don't want people to steal him away. I've been told he was the former stage coach for Metallica. So we go through and learn presence and how to kind of deal with the stage.
Well, you did a fantastic job, really. So I actually do have a sort of a broad question related to what was going on with Connections. I mean, one of the things you guys have been pretty much brilliant at for years has been the idea of how to engender trust with your customers, right? And even with people who are not your customers to a large extent. That's why, I've always focused on the fact I think Salesforce's superpower in a manner of speaking is the company's ability to externalize the culture. And I've never seen any company do it at the level you have, none. And so and obviously trust is kind of number one of your core values. One of the things you kind of was referenced a couple of times, which kind of leads to the question, was the idea of trusted relationships at scale with data-driven moments. That was kind of the way it was put. That's a pretty big statement, actually. And I'm kind of curious as to how do you literally put that into practice? I mean, how do you kind of think about the framework, and then second, how do you execute on something like that?
Yeah, I think when you think about trust, it is rooted everywhere, and a lot of this roots from just even our business model, where we have subscriptions and we have to re-win our customers every time the subscription ends, and so everything we kind of think forward is always how do we have that trust. I think that continues then on into we want to help brands, our customers, build trusted relationships with their end customers. A lot of that is, who's the benefit from this? We all know brands want to use data, but is the data for the brand or is the data for a better customer experience? And so what we find over and over is that consumers will tell us they're willing to give information if they believe they get a benefit out of it. And so a lot of this comes down to is how do you build as a brand, how do you build a trusted relationship with your end customers by showing them that you're responsible in both the way you collect the data, the way you store the data, and then very importantly, how you use the data back with them.
Thank you. By the way, Jody and Aaron, just jump in. You don't need to be directly addressed.
I wanted to talk about the running theme where a lot of focus is around, this cookieless future. And there was a conversation as we were watching the keynote, not only just between me and Paul, but actually a lot of comments are coming in around we hear about third-party cookies going away. A lot of marketers are really kind of anxious about that. We saw a stat that said 30% of the business could potentially go away due to this move to cookieless. So I'm guessing there's a lot of focus on from your customers on this area. But then it feels like there's also an opportunity to, once you kind of build a cookieless kind of strategy, first party data, there seems to be an opportunity to go, the cookieless move into maybe a little different kind of campaign that's more conversational in nature versus kind of the traditional campaigns. Yeah. So is that something that you're anticipating? Cookieless leads to more of a conversational activity between customers versus the traditional campaign. And are they already starting to ask you how to do these things?
Yeah, I think regardless of cookies, you need to get more of a conversational and two-way with your customers, right? There's so often brands push out some sort of message or campaign, and it's just like you give them information back, right? You interact with it or you don't. You're giving them feedback, but it's like talking to a brick wall. Like nothing changes based on that. So I think regardless of cookies, we need to get people to be more conversational. We need to get more two-way in there. I think what we're also seeing though is that there's an acquisition strategy that's kind of evolving. I sometimes joke around that a lot of marketers, their data strategy was stuck together with bubble gum and duct tape, and they're trying to pull in data from all these different systems, all these different sources, and cookies were a great way to kind of cast a wide net and try to funnel people through advertising to your website. I think what we're going to start seeing is that you're going to need to start building first party data much faster, and there's going to be a little bit of a flip where advertising becomes more of a known channel, just like email and mobile, where you're using the first party data you already know about this person. You're just hitting them now in an ad versus, just kind of praying and spraying on those ads, hoping you find the right person.
So, all right. Well, all right. Let me take this to a totally different place. It's Commerce Cloud specific. It's around your integration with TikTok, and it's two parts though. One is specifically kind of elaborate even more than we heard, because I'm fascinated by that one. And so I think so would a lot of people. And look, one of the things about Salesforce that I've always loved is that you're willing to jump on the anticipated opportunities as well, not just the ones that are staring you right in the face. So part one of the question is to elaborate on that. And then part two is more, let's say, conceptual, I'll call it. Because one of the things with TikTok, TikTok on its end is starting to add a lot of marketing tools that they're pushing out. In fact, last year's entire global TikTok conference was devoted to the marketing tools they were releasing, right? And there comes a point where, part of the appeal of TikTok has been the organic nature of the activities going on, even though it's not nowadays, it's not totally organic. I mean, there's an astounding number of people who, for, I guess, up to a 10-minute video are putting in 200 hours to get that video done. And so, but at the same time, now that there's a lot more advertising and marketing specific activities going on, when does it start losing the balance of being this platform that people are watching is highly personal and personalized? It's bi-directional communication to a gigantic marketing platform, right? So there's also, I'm sure you guys are fully aware of this, right? So on the one hand, how does the integration, please elaborate on the integration. Number two, how do you think about the second part there too, which is keeping that necessary balance to make sure that it doesn't tilt entirely the wrong way?
Yeah, so I'll take that one. And I don't know, can we talk about TikTok without doing some kind of a dance? I'm not sure. But yeah, no, we are super excited for our integration. So really the integration is about allowing you to seamlessly advertise and purchase through the TikTok platform as integrated with commerce to allow that really seamless buying experience. And, to your second question, I think that's an interesting point, and it's something that you see evolve through really all channels and platforms. And I think what it comes down to at the end of the day is really about convenience, right? So the more convenient, we can make interaction experiences and experiences for purchasing and selling. I'm getting some thumbs up from Paul. You know, that's what's going to make it successful, right? And I think that's what's going to continue to dictate and drive that experience, not only with brands, but the different channels that brands are now starting to meet their customers, whether it's through that traditional commerce experience or through, you know, that social TikTok type experience.
So, all right, well, to me, you hit on, I think, key to almost every theme, which is, look, I mean, this is, anyone who's ever watched the play has heard me say this pretty much every single show for the last
Yankees
12
are great.
years, right? For the, well, no, that's just, that's explicit in every single thing I do in my life. That has nothing to do with just a show, right? So, but I'm a great believer in stop saying you're going to delight the customers all day, all the time, and start recognizing that what they're not interested in that. They're actually interested in making things easy and convenient for them so that they can do whatever it is they want to do with you, because they don't love you the way they love their spouse, whether you think they do or not. Right. So, you know, so when you hit that theme, I think that's literally the best thing I could hear, right, from my standpoint anyway. So, so if you could, though, you know, because there is that is the coolest thing I've ever seen, to, oh, thank God it took me 2 minutes, right? Or a minute, you know, or whatever. And it's as much as both are good things to happen, convenience is the one that's the most necessary of the two, because the whole idea of delight is exceptional and occasional, right? That is literally what delight, if you look at the actual definition of delight, it means exceptional. There's more to it than that, but the word exceptional is involved in it, right? So from the standpoint of go to execution on it. How do you make something like that convenient with TikTok integration with Commerce Cloud? How do you make that convenient?
Right. So there's convenience for the brand, right? And then there's convenience for the customer. So obviously, right, what we're doing is we have the integration, so it's seamless for the brands, right? So that then they can create those experiences, leveraging the platforms where their customers are, TikTok, traditional, you know, commerce, you know, marketing integrations. So making it, you know, enabling the brands, because of the integration, to have that ability to capture them, advertise to them, allow them to make purchases through the platform. So it's really about delivering that seamless experience to the brands we're working with, so then they can deliver those experiences so that it's convenient for their customers to be able to interact, shop, and even learn, right? I think that's another important aspect. It's about getting information and learning. You know, the ways we learn are not the same as it used to be. So, you know, learning through different platforms, you know, is just another way that they can not only get you know, in front of the brand and get some, you know, mindset from the brand, but also then start to learn and start to develop brand advocates in different and new ways and in different new platforms.
Okay, that's.
I kind of want to go back to the cookieless thing, and you know, this last 2 years with the digital transformation, mostly driven by the pandemic, you know, more and more interactions between, you know, customers and companies are digital. Are we seeing, because of that and the cookieless and the first party, are we seeing acceleration of B2B and B2C coming together, because most people who do, you know, their interactions digitally, personally, are also more apt to do it professionally? So are we seeing an acceleration of kind of moving B2B and B2C the way that they are treated and they addressed? Are we seeing an acceleration of that? And is that kind of driving marketers to do things a little differently than they did before?
I think we're seeing acceleration of B2b scale, right? And so when I think about it, I think about, you know, the tactics between B2B and B2C can often be different for very specific and good reasons, but the same organization often has a B2B and B2C strategy. Right? If I think about, you know, some of the biggest consumer good companies out there, they might sell online on their own website, they might have their own physical stores, and they also sell in retailers. And if they need to sell to retailers, they have some sort of B2b solution to get those retailers to be buying those pieces as well. So I think we're seeing a convergence where, people want to be using the similar sets of tools and not have totally different pieces for one half or the other half. I think that, we definitely went through a phase where everyone was like digital only. And I often joke around, my parents now know how to use, grocery delivery, which was never a thing before. And so what question now is, what does the hybrid look like in the future? I was recently talking to a quick serve restaurant, and they were talking about how their in-store pickup orders have been increasing again versus all deliveries, but how like half of those orders start online. And I think about that, and it makes sense even for me when I'm at lunch. Like when I'm downtown at work and I do lunch nowadays, I feel like I end up putting that sandwich order in first and running and picking it up. And so there's much more of a blend now. This new world, whatever we're in, I think it's going to be much more hybrid. And digital and physical are going to be much more intertwining. And in doing so, the problem that a lot of organizations are going to have to face is, how do you deal with that scale?
So one thing that I really noticed about Connections, just first generally, Connections has always been, I think I've been in total in person to about 4, and then I attend digitally since COVID, but I've always loved the conference because it's one of my favorite Salesforce conferences, really. And well, it's one of my favorite vendor conferences, period, because it's one of those conferences where you've always been able to see not necessarily the most innovative thing in the world, but to see where you really provide actual value with the tools that you have, right? And one of the ones that I was, when you acquired Slack, I was very curious to what you were going to do with it. I mean, I understood the value of Slack generally, obviously, but Slack, as a platform was pretty much, was developed for developers. That the communities were developer communities almost, and it was like, I don't know the number, so metaphorically 80%, so to speak, meaning a ton of them. But the thing is, you're talking now about the digital command center for Slack and the way you've fully integrated into pretty much marketing and commerce, really. But it's fantastic. And I presume there was a lot of re-engineering to do that. Maybe not, but I'd like, if you could elaborate more on where you see the digital command center and other Slack related capabilities in your fields of recommendation, your fields of experience, where you see it going even further. Because I really love what you were doing with the digital command center. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, I think Slack is, we often think of it as a collaboration tool where I can collaborate with my colleagues. In many ways, it's an automation tool, and you can really build pretty powerful workflows from it. And a lot of that is what we're talking about there. And the way I think about it is, this is before we were using Slack wall at Salesforce. I remember I got an email saying I had been assigned to some support case from IT that was like, they even had the wrong person on it. It wasn't even supposed to go to me. But I'm like, I didn't even know how to log into the system to edit the ticket to be like, this shouldn't have gotten routed to me. And so now it's like just in this black hole. And I think what's so powerful about Slack is that's where I am. Like, that's where I am spending my entire day. It's not that I have to do another step and go to another screen to look at something. So if I can have an alert hit me where I already am and then tell me, I need to go look at something, potentially even include the dashboard in it, potentially give me predefined actions where I can click on a couple of things. Think for marketers, it might even just be as simple as pausing a campaign until you figure out what's going on. Having those there allows it to be put in front of you very easily, get in front of the right people or the right teams, act quickly, and then kind of collaborate on it. I can't even imagine having completed this event that we're doing right now without Slack. The amount of channels we've used, the amount of things. I have a channel for the Keynote. I had a channel for each chapter. I mean, we were Slack end to end to make this happen.
Listen, I'll tell you, we're launching this broadcasting network in the fall, and one of the shows is built on this thing we were talking about in the beginning. We have a happy hour we've done 108 times. Today will be 108. And there's a community built, and we have a community-based show. And they literally took Slack, and they created a Slack group for the show. There was like 15, 20 of them who were core happy hour people. and they've been communicating for 7 months on Slack, and they built the entire show based on their Slack communication. So, it's already gone well beyond even its original capabilities, even in that small thing. And you guys now just announced it to scale it like enormous levels, which was really an achievement.
So we got a question from our buddy and play in residence, Anand Tucker. He asks, can you share more about the relevance of the creator ecosystem and how Salesforce will play a role? Anybody wants to jump in there?
Well, I think we'd love a little bit of clarification. We can definitely answer this, but are you looking more at, and we can see the chat, so you can type it in, the creator as like a content creator type of influencer, or from a NFT creator perspective? If you let us know there, we can definitely jump in and provide you some insight.
Yeah, you never know, because
you
really
don't want to
actually has dabbled into the NFT market. He bought a racehorse NFT thing, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I mean, I can definitely start with a content creator perspective, and I think that's really twofold,
go right ahead.
Is from a brand's perspective, right? Content creators are more important than ever, right? So having your influencers and your content creators who are actually delivering that user generated content on your site are so important, right? Whenever you're buying something, Bobby talked about bringing together the digital and the physical. That's absolutely what your content creators and your influencers can help you do. Because you can't necessarily see it, you can't touch it, you can't smell it, right? But when you can see that user generated, content out there, and you can see them using your product in real everyday life, it really starts to help bridge the gap there. And it's, that's going to continue to grow. And obviously, brand content is one thing, but when you are shopping, right, you're looking at reviews, you're looking at somebody who's like you, who's using that product. So that's going to absolutely continue to grow. And then of course, you're going to continue to see growth in brands who are leveraging where those users live, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Instagram, as ways to continue to communicate with with their followers out there. Again, continue to build user generated content and continue to build those, next loyal customers that are going to really support and help grow their brand. And then, Jody, will kind of cover both bases here, and I'll let you cover the NFT perspective. So, Anand, no matter which question you were going with, hopefully we answered it for you.
Yeah, happy to answer a little bit from the NFT Cloud perspective. So with NFT Cloud, you're able to assign royalties to artists, to the brand itself, as well as to any charities you might want to provide our royalties to in perpetuity. And that's really one of the beauties of NFTs. It's really a differentiator. I think often we get the question, well, why do you need an NFT for this? Well, with NFTs, you can provide royalties in perpetuity to creators, to brands. And so I think that's a really great opportunity to kind of give back to that community and to fuel that ecosystem of creators. But we're really primarily focused on work with brands, working with companies, but we have that opportunity to, reward artists, reward creators as well with the platform.
By the way, he said any and all. So I think you covered all the bases with Anand. Hey, let me ask you a question about Salesforce Plus. I mean, we watched this particular keynote streamed on the channel, so to speak. It's been around. It's coming up on a year, I believe, because we did have Colin Fleming on. What was that? Like July of last year?
Yeah, I think it was July 2021.
Yeah.
It was 2 days after the launch.
Right. And then we did a 6-month check-in. And I've been checking out, just generally going there every now and again. And I think you guys were just nominated for, what do they call it? The Teddy or something like that?
Telly.
Yes. Yeah.
7 Tellys.
So it seems like, just from my perspective, Salesforce Plus has grown pretty tremendously in just a year's time with the unique content, the content that comes from all the different events that you do. Are you seeing customers ask you if they should do something in that area, because of the first data, stuff that we've been talking about, cookie lists? Are they starting to say, hey, we want to do something similar, for our company in our industry? because it feels to me like it's been pretty successful so far for you guys. So are you starting to help your customers build that as part of their future strategy?
I can't say I've had a customer directly ask me that. I bet I would be shocked though if they haven't reached out to the folks like the Collins out there and kind of started hinting towards that. I think, Salesforce Plus was really a level of the world is different than it was even 5 years ago, or what is it, like 23 years ago when Salesforce was founded. And I think there's a big level of, recognition of how do you earn someone's trust. And a great way to earn someone's trust, even for this, is like, how do we build a relationship? How do we teach them things? So it doesn't always feel like we're constantly selling, but it's similar to today we talked about launching more career paths, where if you go in Trailhead right now and look at the product marketing or content marketing career paths, that's nothing about Salesforce. That is how to do product marketing or how to do content marketing. And what we're trying to do is have it be fun, where it's just, watch something where you learn, but are also entertained. Maybe you can have it on in the background while you're doing your morning run or whatever it might be, right? Like it's similar to how podcasts are both entertainment and for business value. And so I've really liked how it's been working as a way to earn trust with our community.
It is funny, you've made it when it's just background, right? It's like really funny, but it's true. Look, I mean, one of the things that, again, you did, Brent and I were kind of partly talking about this on the broadcast throughout, was that you really, this event itself, the actual event itself, even though it's focused on the people who are actually there, it still communicated what we needed to hear. It wasn't built for people watching virtually, really, but at the same time, it communicated. And I think partly because of the way Salesforce Plus does what Salesforce Plus does, it communicated what we needed to hear, see, and be entertained by. Also, what we actually needed to get, we got, right? And which was, even though, again, you didn't make it a big digitally graphic heavy cinematic event, because the one thing that we've been talking about for a couple of years is that years ago, when 3 years pre-COVID, it was one of our consistent discussions about with companies that we either advise or just knew was you have to make your events theatrical. Forget the fact that you're not just presenting information there, because a year from now, when somebody says, well, do you remember when Salesforce said this? I don't remember, but I had a really good time. And that's pretty much what they remember. It's an emotional wash, right? It's like, it has nothing to do with the content itself. They'll learn and they'll retain, but the ultimate is the feeling they get for 12 months until the next one. Right. And that's how goodwill works with this stuff. Right. So, but then when COVID hit, it was interesting. The comment actually came from the CTO of Pegasystems on one of the shows we were talking about, but he was right. He said, we have to go from theatrical to cinematic. And he was absolutely right when it came to virtual events. So your event this time was not cinematic because it was a live event. Right. And it was actually more theatrical if you're going to view the way you did it, right? It really was with, Shannon and that. What was that guy with in the axe thing? What was his name?
Miles.
Shannon Miles dancing, right? Dancing around. I mean, that was funny. And both of them are better dancers than I am. I can tell you that, right? But it also really did. It was very. Look, again, I'm not going to repeat what I said about the NFT cloud here, but the actual presentation was really very good, right? I mean, the content, the discussion, the way you evolved it, the enjoyment of it was really well done. And I will tell you, the other thing you did exceptionally well, I thought, was the Humana case study. That was fantastic. Everything about it was fantastic in that case. Right. So
not just the walk and talk, everything.
Right. Literally everything. That was literally, and your idea. Oh, the other thing was your, I'm not sure why did you call them visionary demos? Does that mean a lot of this stuff isn't actually in production yet? This was what you have to think. But I thought most everything I saw there, you already do. Right. To me, they're day in the life. That's what they are. And those things are the most powerful possible way to present, because people, to your exact point throughout the conference, you have to connect to people. People have to connect, right? And that's the one. Those are literally the kind of things that people connect with, right? They say, I can see that. I can see me in that, is what they see. And you guys that Humana one was off the charts, brilliant. But why do you call them visionary demos? I'm not really sure that they're visionary, really. They're day in the life. I mean, visionary implies you don't have a lot of that, really, right? It was sort of not the greatest name, I don't think, but
visionaries, I mean, to be totally transparent, some of the features we announced are literally just turned on in the last release.
Right.
And so oftentimes our customers are, very loyal and very good customers, but they might not have the newest feature up and running yet. And so, we want to make sure that we don't imply that every little brand new feature that just came out is potentially for sure fully scaled by them.
I mean, it's okay. There's nothing terrible about it. It was just striking to me. That's all. It was because it just how people in the mind. I am a person I love the concepts of vision and mission. Right. I am a big fan, and you are the most visionary company probably in the world. And I'm not saying the tech world. I mean the world. Right. And you have been. And Mark's speeches were from the early days on have always been truly visionary. Right, as opposed to science fiction, which a lot of the other ones are, because people believed in what they heard, okay, and that's the most important. That's part 2 of vision, right? So, but the downside of it is when you call something a visionary demo, there's an implication that there's a lot of things here that aren't yet, right? Which is fine. It's not terrible. It's just I'm just putting it out there as a thought for consideration next time. Really, I think because every single one of the 3 was terrific.
Yep, and to totally clarify, every single one of those can be done today entirely.
Wow, the NFT one too.
Well, closed pilot, so you got to be in the pilot program, but otherwise, yes.
Well,
okay,
that's an achievement.
That is. Now, we probably have to really start wrapping it up, but really do appreciate you guys taking time to do this. And the only thing that would have made the Humana demo better would have been if, Bobby, you were in the Crocs, wearing some Crocs while you did it. And are all 3 of you, are you all going to get the Salesforce Crocs, by the way?
I'm gonna try. I got the gibbets. I gotta go get the Crocs next, but I got the gibbets.
There it is. Okay.
One thing, by the way, we couldn't believe that when the Crocs guy pulled out and said this was unplanned. How is that unplanned? Right, that was the most planned thing I ever saw.
No, it actually wasn't. We had the Crocs made. That was planned, and those are available in the campground. It was not planned for him. I didn't even know he had them with him. For him to give them to Shannon, that was not planned. Yes, obviously, he didn't just print the logo randomly on it.
Well,
right?
we just thought that was
for our community. Yeah,
we thought it was hilarious when he said this is unplanned and he pulls that out. Right? It's like this is unplanned and he pulls out a 75-page strategy paper.
Yeah. All right. So moving past that. So we usually ask one final question, but I do have one before I ask that. Sarah, at the very beginning, I don't know if I got this, perfectly right. She said that Salesforce isn't a business. It is it an industry built on trust or something like that? Does that sound about right?
Company built on trust?
Maybe ecosystem?
Yeah, something like it was definitely ecosystem or industry built on trust, but it was way beyond just a company. And I thought that was really fascinating because, I mean, you guys are, and all the numbers that illustrated it. Are you helping companies to try to feel like that they can be more than a company? They could be an ecosystem of sorts built on trust, and all the different things that were kind of illustrated in this hour-long keynote, to me, felt like that's kind of the way it could be if you if you vision your company in a certain way, that it's just not, like a building with employees, but it's actually something that can extend outside of the physical organization to a broader set of people, that it becomes much more of an opportunity to be conversational, to be trusted, to have trust extend. And I'm just curious, do you think a lot of companies are starting to feel that way, to not just think about the walls, but now maybe because more things are digital, now there aren't physical layers of sorts that they were before, that there's this opportunity to view themselves like that, like Salesforce has done really from the beginning, but not a lot of companies have done that. But it feels like maybe there's more of an opportunity to help companies feel that way. And then because they're able to feel that way, they're able to do the things in a way that they never did it before. And I'm just curious, is that something that companies, you're starting to feel from them?
I think we're seeing companies really understand that a customer sees any interaction to the brand, right? And what I mean by that is, when I think about Salesforce and the idea that we're not just a business, that we're an economy of trust, that it's our community who's here at this event. There are customers, there are partners, right? When I think about partners, I think about people that build apps that are on an app exchange. I think about companies that exist entirely, that build their product entirely on top of the Salesforce platform. There's, people's careers, whether they're a Salesforce admin, whether they're an email developer, or whatever that might be, they've built careers off the Salesforce product. And that entire economy exists. And I think it's an amazing opportunity for many organizations, because if I, go into a retail example, if I go into a big box retailer and I buy a product and I don't like it and I try to return it and I have a bad experience, I might chalk it up to the product, the company that made it, just as much as the company I bought it from. And so how do you think about everyone in your entire operation being almost ambassadors of your brand, your organization? How do you kind of bring them along for the ride and kind of bring them as part of that culture and as part of that economy?
Thank you, RT, by the way, for the economy of trust. It just struck me, and it feels like more companies should feel like that and try to operate like that.
Yeah.
And so I was just curious about, are you starting to feel a movement towards that, as opposed to just viewing themselves as this traditional kind of entity, which I think there's way more opportunity based on all the things that Salesforce has not only shown, but actually lived and done. So that was just a quick thought. All right. Last question, Bobby.
Okay.
We did a one-on-one at, I think it was Connection about 3 or 4 years ago. So you were never on the Playaz. So I never asked you this question. So all three of you are in the same boat.
All right. So everybody, please unmute.
We've had a really great conversation with all three of you, but the answer to this question is really what drives if we'll ever speak to any of you again. All right.
Right.
Not to put any pressure on you. So, do each of you have a favorite NFL team?
Favorite NFL? Okay.
I see three.
All right.
Okay. So
all right. This is a big thing. Very big.
So I'm going to go with Jody first. Jody, what is your favorite football team?
Unpopular choice, but the Jets. I'm a third generation Jets fan.
No, you're okay. You're okay. I'm a Giants fan, but you're okay.
New York. You got to stick together.
Matter of fact, that means that you hate the company.
No.
The team that is the wrong.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Aaron.
Yeah, so I grew up in Missouri, so I am a Chiefs fan.
Okay.
Brent, I mentioned I see the Rams. I could go either way there, and how you feel about my answer. So hopefully I'm invited back. But go Chiefs.
You're fine.
You're good. You're good. There's only one wrong answer.
And Bobby,
literally,
that leaves us with you.
I may have lived in San Francisco for the past 20 years, but I was born and raised in Chicago, and it is for sure the Chicago Bears.
No, great answer.
Okay.
I love Chicago too. Greatest city and planet outside of New York.
There's only one wrong answer. That is the Patriots.
That's right.
So
look at this. Everyone agrees. That literally gets you disinvited in the future. You literally could be the president of the United States. We wouldn't care. We would not care. Right. If Mark comes on the show and I know he's not a fan of the Patriots, but if he came on the show and said Patriots, it was really nice seeing you this one time.
All right, guys. Thanks again for all the time. We really enjoyed it. And we look forward to speaking with you again in the future.
Hopefully in person next time. No.
Absolutely.
Too. All right, guys. Thanks.
Care, guys.
A big virtual hug for everybody.
Thank you for having us.
Bye.
Wow, that was really great.
Yeah, it was. It was fun.
Let me say thank you to RT for helping me out. I really wanted to ask that question because that statement really did stand out right at the beginning.
Artie is amazing, man. She is just so amazing. I love her.
Yes.
She's like one of my favorite humans. She's just, and you know what? She just gets stuff done all the time.
And I bet she's not a Patriots fan.
No.
What if she was though?
I don't know. You know, she's such a great person. I actually might consider an exception. Might
maybe.
Right.
I lost 2 Super Bowls to them though. I don't know.
Well, see, I have the benefit of beating them twice.
I know.
Of course, then again, we're otherwise a mediocre team.
So do we need to make an announcement about tomorrow?
Yeah, probably.
We're not going to be around tomorrow.
Right. We're not doing it tomorrow. There's no Playaz episode tomorrow. This was the episode for the week. So there.
But if you really want to join us, there is this little thing 3:30 Eastern today called the what?
The Even More Joyous Hour. 3rd year, 108th session. The link is on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. You'll see links in this conversation to it. Sven Esser has the LinkedIn link. The other 2 links, one's from they're both from the Playaz. One's on Facebook, one's on YouTube in the comment section. That will take you directly in. You're getting past, no registration necessary. So
by the way, it looks like
come on in.
Bob Fagel is trying to out RT as a 49ers fan, which is totally okay. I know I'm a Rams guy, but I don't hate the Niners anymore.
No.
I hated them in the 80s when they beat us 17 straight times, but not so much now.
I've only hated the Patriots. That's the only team I've ever hated in football.
Really?
Yeah, even though the Packers were actually our chief rivals in the 60s, I loved the Packers. I thought they were amazing.
Oh, my God. The first football team I ever detested was the Minnesota Vikings because they used to beat us all the time in the NFC Championship game. And then that followed very closely by the Dallas Cowboys, who I have to admit, I still really don't like that much.
I don't either. But they're still an acceptable answer. But I don't like them much at all.
Okay, so RT is officially a Niners fan. That's okay.
That's well, luckily we don't have to worry about making an exception. That's the best news yet.
That's true. Artie, you're still our friend. So we're good.
Yes, right. We still love you.
All right. So I think we're ready for the big wrap up, huh?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
All right. So let's start wrapping.
Oh
no.
No. We saw when Steve Fioretti and Jeff Wartko tried that.
Yeah, we're not going.
It did not work. No. Of course, then again.
All right.
All right.
So I'm Brent Leary.
I'm Paul Greenberg.
There's Minnie. We will see you next week.
Or at 3:30 today.